Alright, hope everyone's enjoying the night market so far. I've got a build today for anyone who is not interested in grouping and maybe wants just to zip around. It leverages Vampire with a couple of sets that make it super easy. You can see I'm running in stealth right now, right around the top of this thing. And I'm not losing any of my resources. You might see my magicka ticking a bit, and we'll explain why in a second. Let's start off with the build. So, there's a couple of things at work here. First of all, we do have to be Vampire Stage 4, and that's largely because of the unnatural movement passive that vampires get. Reduces our sprint cost, but more importantly, if we continuously sprint for 3 seconds, we automatically become invisible. And so that's going to be key, becoming invisible. And also the reduced sprint cost is very nice as well. But go back to our sets. There's 3 sets in particular, and we're just putting these together and make these work. First is Coward's Gear. While sprinting, we gain Major Expedition and Major Protection. So that makes us go faster and reduces the damage we take. And then Prisoner's Gloves reduces the cost of sprint by 50%. And while sprinting, restore 999 magicka every 1 second. If I golded this out, magicka recovery goes a little bit higher, but it turns out to be not necessary. You saw my magicka is not shifting at all. And then the cherry on top is Stormweaver's Cavort, which is probably a mythic that you've never thought about using before, perhaps. But it allows us to sprint, roll, dodge, bash, break free, sneak, and block with magicka instead of stamina. Now, while we're blocking, sneaking, or sprinting, it does reduce our magic recovery to 0. But because of Prisoner's Gloves, we are restoring the magicka as we sprint. And our cost for sprinting is already super low. Sprint cost 96. Okay. And so we're basically, as we're running, just not consuming any mag at all. You see it ticks slightly down to 99% and immediately recovers back up to 100%. So that's what's making everything work here. You can gold these out if you want. I didn't want to spend any gold mats for this, just to zip around night market, but you know, maybe the weapons if you actually wanted to get into combat. Now, as far as the skills I'm using, this is just my normal DPS setup. Typically I'll use like Tideborn and Celine monster set and Null Arca. You could use Deadly instead of Null Arca, but it's a lot of AoE. Like we're using Hurricane, Biting Jabs. We've got Relentless Focus. Probably should change that to Merciless Resolve, but it's all good. Crit Surge for the self-healing. Concealed Weapon is actually important for this build because it does give us our Minor Expedition, which stacks with the Coward's Gear Major Expedition. So we're really just zipping along in this thing. I'll show you in a second. And then I just got Blazing Spear for some AoE. Resolving Vigor is very important because it does. The issue with the stage 4 vampires, we do not recover health. You see our health recovery is just set here to 0. So we definitely need that Resolving Vigor. So if we're running, that's the bar that we want to be on. And I've got a bow there. I guess if we dodge roll, we can get Major Expedition, but we're already getting it by sprinting with the Coward's Gear. Anyway, Resolving Vigor helps us top off our health because inevitably we're going to run into something and take some hits, but not actually die. I'm also using Banner, but you don't need to have the banner on while we're moving. This is mainly if you decide to stop and fight something. Increases direct damage, and I'm on a Nightblade base class. You can see, of course, I'm using Assassination. Adric Spear and Storm Calling, but Nightblade class mastery is nice, get some extra crit chance or resources back depending on where your targets are, and minor heroism. So between minor heroism and cap, we're basically hitting a sweep on not necessarily cooldown, but very quickly. Anyway, so it's just my normal DPS setup here. The skills are not terribly important other than Concealed Weapon and Resolving Vigor. You can customize whatever else you want from there. But the big thing is making sure we get the set pieces. There's not a lot of CP here. I think Refreshing Stride looks like the only one. Well, that and Celerity, of course, increases our movement speed. Those two in particular I would point out. Boundless Vitality for a little more health. The rest of it's just whatever. This is my normal DPS setup. Nothing in the craft tree really affected this. Yeah, anyway. So that's the build. Did have a video, a short video I recorded. This is me looking at the repair of it's the Feed Your Curiosity quest. You have to zip around and repair these protective wards. Here's the problem. I'm not that familiar with Night Market yet. I've done it quite a bit. You can see I've got a decent amount of faction rep in the first 2 days so far. But yeah, zipping around, it says hidden. You can see my stealth bar there. I'm running past these NPCs. This is where I got lost, so there's a little break in the video. And stopped to loot a chest because Nightblade. Anyway, so from here, it's just a matter of avoiding things. And the other issue with the night market, of course, is there's zones you just do not want to go into because they'll start damaging you. But anyway, stealth kicks in, trying to find this marker, and then I'm having trouble getting up in the step. So all kinds of problems. We're still alive though, that's the main thing. So just say forget about it. I'll just stop, jump up. It's such a weird little step there. Very quickly grab this ward and then run out of there. Now, definitely took some hits there. Hit the vigor, and we're moving now. And again, this is where and again, the boss's health bar at the top is not really helping me navigate this thing. Okay, now we can see our markers again. We're back on track. We can jump up on a jump pad. Honestly, I didn't even think about that when I was going through here, but we don't want to go in that area because we can get hurt there. So, turning around, back in stealth. Again, took a wrong turn because I clearly did not know what I was doing when I recorded this. And honestly, I don't know much more 20 minutes later. Anyway, so we're just navigating our way around. We're in stealth still. Occasionally something's going to pull us out. You see I'm at 60% health, not recovering. And seeing the next ward, okay, I can jump this time because I'm a little smarter than the last time I came and hit one of those rewards. Now we just got to find the last one. Again, we're in stealth, moving past these trash mobs. Be very careful we do not stop because then that will pull us out of stealth. Okay, a little smarter, didn't go down the path I shouldn't go that time. Just trying to get out of this boss area just so I can find this thing. Okay, I see it. A little bit of a bad path there, but we got up on the ramp and we were able to get this last protective ward. So, again, getting into a little trouble, and now I really am in trouble because I forget where the exit is. And that's not the way I want to go right there, of course. And stop sprinting for a second, so I'm back out of stealth. And it's just all kinds of tomfoolery on my part, just trying to navigate. See, the correct exit is to the left there. I missed that entirely, and I missed it again. So I'm back where I came in, and I eventually realized this is where I was to start with, I think. Where are we in this video? Jeez. Let's just jump ahead. Okay, back on track, hopefully. sprinting through still, getting into some trouble, hitting vigor. Plenty of stamina because we're not using stamina to sprint or anything. So that's good. Didn't get back into the stealth before I went through this area, so don't be afraid to roll dodge. Roll dodge does consume our magicka, but I believe, but we were able to escape the district and return safely to the main part of the market and turn in our quest. There are other quests I could have picked up there and along the way because there's a lot of repeatable random stuff that you find in each of these districts, but ultimately that is how that works. Yeah, our roll dodge does consume magicka instead. So anyway, so that is the setup. Hopefully that is very informative to some people. Don't be afraid to use the group finder. Just to find a group. If you're looking for something to do out here, group finder, event zone, there you go. You see there's already groups forming up. If you're a tank, these groups could probably all use a tank, honestly. I'll work on some setups for tanking and healing. Maybe I'll make some videos eventually, but I mean that's the one way to do it, and hopefully this is helpful. Thanks for watching. Bye.